What is going on, guys? Keen Flame here, back with another game. This time we got some Redbull games between TheMista's and El Matador, two very high level players. And this map is a map that is not in the ranked map pool, but it is in the game. And this was a map that was available to play in Redbull. You can also play it in a custom game if you guys want to, but yeah, very interesting map. And the special part about this map is that you can actually walk on the water with land units as well as ships. So you have to be careful. I saw this happen to some players. They made fishing ships and the scout can actually harass the fishing ships. So I'm not sure if Alt S in the original works on fishing ships as well. And by the way, Alt S means basically when someone is attacking your villager, for example, that your villager doesn't move if you press those two hotkeys. And in Retold, it's actually Shift S. So keep that in mind. Anyway, I saw some players harassing the boats with a Greek scout, for example, and they just, they couldn't fish. So I think maybe the devs should fix that for this map, is because that's kind of, an exploit. I feel like that shouldn't be possible. And it's kind of annoying, having to shift S all your fishing ships. But yeah, very interesting map. So you can basically walk over all the rivers on this map. And Mista decided to go Oranos this game. So very, very interesting. Oranos just got buffed literally 4 hours and a day before the Redbull patch. So that was kind of crazy. A lot of my King guys, they didn't even know oh shit, Atlanteans is suddenly apparently very strong. So they didn't really know. Yeah, it was kind of unfair, but it is what it is, right? Anyway, so let's dive into the build order of TheMista's. So he grabbed a dock right away, 3 fishing boats so far, and he is making 2 more. Then he put the citizen to the wood line over there. He is gathering food with 3 citizens. He is gathering gold with 1 citizen over here and 1 citizen more on the wood line, right? And then let me see, let's switch point of views to Matador. And Matador is a very, very strong player from EE, Vubli. Actually, I'm not sure if he played Vubli. Maybe he played Vubli, but he was very high ranked, on Extended Edition, and also very high rank on Age of Empires 2 as well. So he's basically a top player in multiple games, and he's very, very high ranked. So yeah, but he is up against Mista, who has been practicing Retold for quite some time now with Recon in 1v1s in custom games. So it's definitely going to be tough to beat TheMista's in this game. He's definitely a favorite. And so let's see, let's see this as a learning experience, and let's see what Mista cooked up for this tournament. And, let's just copy what he's doing and then go from there, and improve upon his gameplay, right? So I think for this game, the reason why he picked Oranos, because there's a drafting system, right? First you have to ban a god or whatever. Then you have to pick a god, pick a map and everything. So you have to draft very, very smartly, right? And I guess he drafted Oranos for this map in particular because either his gods got banned or his god got banned, right? Or taken from him. And he was like, okay, Oranos on this map, I can make the sky passages on both sides of the river. And I can, switch around between this side to here, right? So it's very safe for Oranos to go on the sides with the sky passages. And Mista is also going to be taking a dock on the right side here for some more fishing ships. And land units can actually raid the fishing ships here. So that's very interesting gameplay. And also, the sky passage, it kind of acts like a better manor, basically, because the manor can only contain two villagers, for example. But the sky passage, it can contain 100 villagers. So it's basically just a better house, even if you don't make another sky passage, which he did do, by the way. But it's basically a better house, right? And just making 1 is fine. And as you can see, it only costs 5 favor and 30 seconds to make. So it's very, very cheap. So Oranos just got buffed a lot, just in general, their units all across the board got a lot of buffs. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes into play this game, how well Oranos does against Loki. This was always like kind of like a 50-50 matchup in the original game. So we'll have to see, you know, who comes out on top, the Murmillos or the Hersiers, right? So he went for, let me see, what is the god called again? So he went for Oceanus, of course, right? In the original, you would actually go for Prometheus, but in your, well, actually, even in the original, it was not bad at all to go Oceanus because you get access to this upgrade, Bite of the Shark. 100 food, 15 favor, 40 seconds resource time, and it increases their attack and causes enemy units to bleed. So you can kind of bleed these villagers over here over time, and you'll see the damage that they're doing. And at the same time, Matador is also attacking with the Radiant Cav. And he's going to be pushing these guys off the hunt and maybe even taking down a couple of villagers. And Matador is doing a raid at the same time. He is going to be sending some reinforcement back, and I think Matador already lost 1, 2, 3, 4 villagers already. And he's going to lose another one. And his Caladria is just healing up this Murmillo, and he's just taking down everything. Oh my god. And at the same time, Matador is taking down, he's raiding the fishing ships of TheMista's, but the fishing ships are quite fast. So yeah, damn dude. Already a crazy game so far, but yeah, you can see like the Sky Passage, he can basically just teleport his units right over to this side and get these cows, get the forest, get the gold mine, get a TC, right? With no walking time essentially. Only the initial villager that had to walk to here had to do the walking time, but for all the other villagers that have to come yet, right? They don't have any walking time, so that saves a lot of resources. And that's all just for 5 favor, right? So yeah, at the same time as I'm yapping, right, there's a lot of action going on. The gladiators, the Murmillos, they are putting in a lot of work right now. And he has 3 Caladrias right now. Caladrias, whatever. And yeah, this is kind of the same strategy I do, honestly, as Oranos before the patch. I just went double Murmillo. I got the Bite of the Shark. I got medium Murmillos and Bite of the Shark. And then I just raided with the Murmillos, and then I would scout with the Caladrias to find the like good raids, basically, right? So for example, you would like send the Caladria like down here, and then you would spot the villagers, right? And then you would send your Murmillos there after. Like these guys are basically like super ravens from Odin. There's a shockwave. These X-Men. Like, even though these X-Men are direct counters to the Murmillos, just due to the nature of Oranos, like slowing down his units, they can't really escape. You can see the Caladria is slowing down a Throne X-Men. Here the hero Murmillo is taking down a Troll as well. And damn, this is looking like a tough game for El Matador. And yeah, it just feels kind of unfair, like just buffing the shit out of Atlantean like a day before the tournament. Because like guys like Matador, they have been, you know, they've been grinding the ladder, like practicing on the old patch, and suddenly you have to play a new patch. So it doesn't really feel fair. And as we all know, of course, Mista has also had access, you know, to the game way before anyone else. Just like a few others. So he definitely, you know, has that advantage. He didn't really have to play the ladder at all, because the top 4 seeds, he was the second, or no, yeah, Mista was the first seed. He was like pre-seeded, so he didn't have to play the ladder to get a seed for himself. But Matador, for example, he had to expose all of his strategies on the ladder, while Mista and others, like Mista was seed 1, like pre-seeded, and Magic was seed 2, Recon was seed 3, right? And then Matrius was seed 4, and these 4 guys, they didn't have to play a ladder at all. So they could just hide their strategies basically in customs, while all the other guys that had to, you know, get a high seed and play ladder, they had to kind of, you know, let people know their play styles, how they play, what gods they prefer. So that's a big disadvantage for this tournament. And then also, on, you know, on top of the patch that came out like a day before, and then another like specific Redbull patch on the day of the tournament, it just all, you know, kind of feels unfair. And I don't want to take away too much, you know, from like how amazing these guys are playing, but it's definitely, you know, it kind of ruined the tournament a little bit for me, where it's not too fair. You know, like for example, imagine if the top 4 guys, right, if they actually had to play the ladder, right, then they would have to expose their strategies. Otherwise, you know, they couldn't get rank 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if they expose their strategies, right, then everyone would start copying their strategies, and suddenly the other ladder players will be better as well. And then, you know, they don't have the advantage anymore of, you know, hiding their strategies, like pulling out in the tournament. Then they would know they would be up against something like this, right? So yeah, it definitely leaves a bad taste in my mouth, honestly. So that's why I'm also bringing it up in I guess this will be the first video of all the Redbull games that I will cast, and I am probably not going to bring it up again. I think one time is enough to bring it up to you guys, but yeah, just keep that in mind while watching these Redbull videos, that, you know, some of my keen guys, none of my keen guys, you know, none of my keen guys got in for pre-access, so they practiced a lot on the old patch, and they kind of got screwed over by the last minute patch on the day before the tournament. And yeah, definitely feels unfair, but you know, it is what it is. Let's let's get back into the game. I'm sorry for the rant, guys. Yeah, so Mista put a sky passage on this side, and now he's taking a TC as well, protecting it with the Caladrias in case a raid comes. And there's just so much action going on while I was yapping as well. Matador taking down his Murmillos here, so that's a good raid for Matador. That will definitely help him in this game. The bird is coming as well, but a little bit too late. And as you know, you have to spread out the oracles so they don't overlap, right, the circles, because the oracles, they give favor. So you definitely kind of want to hide them in the corner, you know. Mista also has an oracle right there hiding, another one right there, and then one more here. So, and another one in the fishing ships over there as well. So yeah, that's definitely a very good Oranos play. And so now he has 1, 2, 3, 4 barracks, and he has the dryads as well from the Hesperides tree. And now he's gonna make the birds, and he's just scouting around. So yeah, Oranos definitely a very good, you know, air god. Basically, you have all these flying units to scout for you, and then once you find a raid, you can take them down with your really fast Murmillos, right? With the Oranos upgrade, increases the speed of infantry units. It's a special upgrade only for Oranos, so you should definitely grab that. And here, Oranos is such a good anti-raider as well. Like, you can just slow down these raiders if you have enough Caladrias and snipe them down with your birds or your Murmillos, right? So yeah, and then at the same time, he can respond to raids very well with the sky passage as well. So yeah, definitely a tough god to play against. And in the original game, it was like 50-50 between Loki and Oranos. But honestly, in Retold, after all these buffs, I think Oranos might actually be favorable in this matchup, because you can just slow down the fast units of Loki, right? So definitely a tough matchup now. And here comes the Walking Woods. But one of them actually got stuck in the corner. Oh my god, at least he's going to be taking down his Oracle. But yeah, this Walking Woods, I don't think it's going to be doing too much. Mista is going to lose these Murmillos over here though. And these birds are going to be sniping down. He has 4 birds, oh my god. So, damn. He's going to be sniping down these units. And he's going to make another, he's going to put another tree down here to defend. He's going to make these Murmillos into heroes. And then he's gonna defend with the 3 guys over here. Definitely very well played by the Mista, honestly. I like watching Mista's games. He comes up with like very clean strategies, like just the way he builds, like the way he plans games out. It's very like satisfying to watch. Definitely props to the Mista. Yeah, he's just scouting out all the corners, making sure he doesn't give his enemy any opportunities. And here he knows he's focusing down the trolls, putting down a Carnivoria as well. He's gonna be having a meal over there. Yeah, definitely a tough game for Matador right here. he just has so many flying units. And yeah, guys, like if you're gonna play Oranos, you definitely want to spam a lot of oracles. And if you're playing Loki against Oranos, you definitely want to, you know, scout all of the corners of the map, because Mista is going to be hiding his oracles all over the map. So yeah, definitely send your raiding cav, your Hersters all over the map, and maybe don't even fight his army. Just snipe down his oracles, because if you allow Oranos to get too many oracles, that means he's going to have a lot of flying units, and eventually it's just going to, you know, get out of control like this. Like he has what, 4 or 5 Caladrias here, 4 birds over here. I believe he has another bird somewhere else. Yeah, this one is scouting. His rights are strong. 22 attack, 50% pierce armor, 40% hack armor, and 4.5 speed. That is crazy. Damn. Oranos might be really, really strong right now. That is crazy. Crazy good. Yeah, this is like a trademark Mista play as well. He's going to be dropping down the palaces on all the gold mines. He's going to drop down a sky passage here as well, and probably do the same over here to block this side off, right? So if he secures this one, and it automatically also kind of secures this back gold mine as well, right? Yeah. Pretty decent economy upgrades too. And here Mista's just going to be pushing straight down the middle, and he's going to be moving all his army forward. And he knows, you know, Loki likes to spam the myth units, so he converted all of his archers right there into heroes, and he's going to be sniping down these mountain giants from afar while slowing down the mountain giants and the units of Matador at the same time with the Caladrias, right? And honestly, this is a pretty big army for Matador. And when I was watching this live, I was like, damn, can Oranos actually win this? But then I saw all the birds, all the Caladrias slowing down all these units, and just these hero archers were putting in work. Holy shit. It's like one more attack for the hero archers compared to the regular one. And this is just with the medium upgrade too. That is pretty crazy. He has the heavy throw and X-Men. And at the same time he's being raided, but these sky passages are just so insane that it makes it very hard to raid Oranos. And here is another walking woods coming down, and this one is probably going to be a little bit more effective than the first one, but I think the army of TheMista's is just too much. This combination is so good against Norse. He's sniping down all the Jordan X-Men, and these birds are putting in so much work. It's insane actually. And yeah, this is the power of Oranos at display here. Very good game so far. And yeah, feel a little bit bad for Matador, because you know you can't really prepare for this. Like Oranos was so bad before the patch, and now suddenly it was really good, and like you can't really train for that. You know, it's kind of unfair, you know. But I hope future tournaments, you know, they'll be better for sure. But yeah, still we learned a lot from TheMista here, so props to both players, and I'll see you guys in the next game. Peace out.